And then the cheaper, you have no idea how many
fillers and chemicals,
eyeballs and parts are in there. So what are we doing today, Marissa?
We are making our own deli meat, which is very exciting.
Yes, we've never done this before.
Nope.
So I asked for this for my birthday and I got it because I wanted to make our own deli meat. Why do we want to make our own deli meat?
So we know exactly what is in it. We know the quality of the meat where we're purchasing it. And then also sometimes you don't have the flavor that you want. You might want something a little special or enjoy something a little bit different.
The better quality cold cut meat, it gets quite expensive. And then the cheaper, you have no idea how many
fillers and chemicals,
eyeballs and parts are in there. So we have no idea if it's good. So it could be that we go back to eating the meat that we purchased from the butchers, which we know that it's good quality, but why not make it ourselves? So this is what we're gonna do.
All right, so for the recipe that I found, we kept it very simple. So we're gonna use about 2 pounds of pre-ground up chicken, a tablespoon of red mint salt in this one, and then I think we're gonna flavor with some rosemary in one of them. We'll do 2 rounds of this. Right. So very simply, we're going to open up our chicken, mix it with the salt, and then get it inside the container.
So what do we do?
I'm gonna add a tablespoon of salt to each of these mixtures, and I believe you're doing the rosemary, so I'm gonna cut up the rosemary so that way it's ready for you.
Okay, so while that's doing, do you want me to mix this one?
Sure.
So in this is just salt and the ground chicken.
That is correct.
And you could go and, like, I purchased specific ground chicken.
Yeah.
But you could just take chicken breasts.
Yes.
Does it have to be breast meat?
No, it can be thigh meat as well. It will change, of course, the texture and the fat content. But overall, you are free to use whatever meat. I've seen a couple of recipes with turkey, a couple of them with ham. By ham, I mean pork.
It turns into ham.
It turns into ham. It's basically almost like a dealer's choice. And then also I saw a lot with different sorts of herbs and things like that. So you could put your oregano in it to make it a little bit more Italian, and basil. Or you could change it and add cumin and again more oregano and make it Mexican.
Mexican, right. So I think if we would have ground our own meat, it would have been quite a bit cheaper.
Probably, because it's cheaper usually as a whole. Is that correct?
Yeah. And now the rosemary, you should actually let this sit overnight once you add it in, and you should use dry, but we're using fresh from the garden.
Yeah, all the recipes that I had found, again I'm referencing that, they kind of like the idea of marinating when you were using herbs, and probably to like change the flavor profile and whatnot. While you're mixing that, I'm just going to go over the pieces of the apparatus. This is a ham maker. It's in a total of 4 different pieces. We've got this stainless steel cylindrical area. This is where the meat is going to go inside of, press. So as you can see, it's got a bit of a spring. It's very, very tough. But this is to push the meat down, so that way it becomes more compact and so that it doesn't expand when it's cooking. We have our lid, and then our 4th piece is a small little thermometer so we can make sure that it is done well. And the great thing with how it's been built is that it goes directly through the lid here.
Oh yeah, that's very cool.
Now recommendations said don't leave this in while cooking, of course, because it can get very hot, but otherwise
just for checking. I'll leave a link in the description so that you can purchase your own.
The next step that we're going to do is, after everything has been mixed, I'm just going to go ahead and coat the inside of this with a little bit of avocado oil.
You're just going to use a brush and just brush around. This is all ready.
That is already.
Now they do have it where you can put it into a plastic bag.
Correct.
So we're not going to use plastic bags.
No. Plastic bags are known to leach things, and I'd rather kind of see what it looks like as a pure meat for ourselves. You can use it though, because it's totally up to you.
Yeah. Okay, so then I just...
Yeah, you're just going to pack it in there, and you do want to kind of throw it in a little bit to keep air bubbles out of there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just press it down as you go. Of course, if there are air bubbles, it'll look funny when we eat it and cut it.
You'll see it in there. But even if I just give it a push like that. So I just pack it in. So what if I do that?
Oh, that's very smart. Yeah. The chicken is inside. Let's put that little top on it. Press down a little bit. Excellent. Now your next step is going to be to put that lid on.
So it has these little catchments that are going to catch in through here and twist around to keep it really sealed. So I'm going to push down. It is pretty tough. Give it a twist and we are in business.
The next step for the evening is going to be putting it on the stove in a pot here at a low boil. Now we do want that water to get up a little bit higher than that, so add a little bit more water, but it will sit at a low boil for about an hour, possibly an hour and a half. Check it done. What we're looking for is a doneness of about 160 degrees. Once that's been completed, we'll be taking it out to let it cool and then let it sit overnight in the fridge.
And that's it.
That's it. I almost want to high five her, but we're not going to. Should we shake hands?
I can't even see the handshake.
Dainty.
So we'll let this cook and we'll show you the results. I got work to do. We are at 160. We are done. So now we'll take it out, let it cool, and keep it in the fridge overnight, and then we'll be slicing. So it is now the next day, and we are going to be opening up and tasting our rosemary chicken. But today was a very crazy homesteading day for me. I was using my Easy Bake Oven to dehydrate some of the fennel.
So just now we were canning up our first crop of cucumbers. So we did them in spears and we also did them in rounds so we can put them on burgers.
At 6:30 this morning, I didn't want to get dressed and try to look presentable for all of you, but we already have taken it out and we have tasted it, and
we like it. It's very good.
It's a little salty. Why is it a little salty?
Because maybe I did a little bit more than a tablespoon of salt.
Oh, you think you did just a little bit more than a tablespoon of salt?
A little bit.
So I'm going to give Marissa the honors of opening it up because she also did it first thing this morning before work. So Marissa has to go around the edges with a knife because Mama forgot to rub the avocado oil all around the inside of it. So there we go. Ooh. So we do have some gelatin here. The first one did not come out with the lopsidedness. That's my fault. It's so good. I have a little bit on my fingers. It's really good. So the meat does look good. It is on an angle because I didn't make sure that it was straight, and also I didn't oil all the parts to it. So let's do our taste test.
This is our fresh rosemary.
Cheers. That's really good. A little salty too. But this one does have less salt.
That's true.
But man, the rosemary is very strong.
Very strong, which is really lovely.
Because it's like usually when it says rosemary, you get a hint of it, but this has got a lot of rosemary flavor. Very, very, very good. So awesome. We have made deli meat.
And we will continue to make deli meat. It's so easy.
It's so easy. And probably the next time we'll try it with some pork because and do our own grounding of the pork, because pork you can get for very inexpensively. So that's great. Thank you, Marissa, for leading me through all of this. And remember, I will have a link in the description for this from my Amazon Associates account. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care. God bless.
Oh, right, no, we're not just splitting it up into two pieces. We will be back tomorrow. But you will see no time change at all. Just magical outfits. And maybe my hair will be down. Who knows? It will be a mixed bag of all sorts of goodies. I almost feel like the Muppets, those two old men. Anyway, bye. Well, she's leaving. I'm staying. I got work to do.